I'm Roger Bullen, and I work here in the UK, and I'm probably best known for being involved in the development of the first local authority-based social impact bond within the UK and perhaps within the world. And that social impact bond was developed in Essex, looking at addressing the needs of young people at the edge of care.
Could you just shortly describe what a social impact bond is for someone who doesn't know?
Okay, well, I think a simple explanation of a social impact bond is that it's a contractual structure between three distinct parties: the commissioner, the investor, and the provider of services. And that contract structure actually brings social investors into play to fund services which both improve outcomes but also save money from the public purse. And that the commissioner is enabled to actually pay for those outcomes from the savings that are created by the preventative interventions. So in a sense it's a partnership to drive towards certain social outcomes that has a kind of financial benefit, both in terms of savings for the commissioner but also in terms of return to the investor.
And would you say, what are the lessons learned so far in Essex with your social impact bond?
Well, in Essex we were, as I said, the first local authority to actually try to work in this way, and so really everything that we did was new, and so was a learning experience for us. But some of the key things I think that came out of that experience were that the funded interventions that we used the social impact bond to fund had to be part of an overarching system to address need, that they couldn't actually operate on their own. So having a kind of whole strategy was really important. The development time taken, particularly on the social impact bond element, was quite lengthy, and so there was this issue really of it being out of step with the demands that we were, and the kind of need to actually deliver those services. So future development of social impact bonds need to ensure that that development time is in step with that demand. And the other thing I think that we learned was that there was a huge amount of commitment and momentum that was required to actually see it cross the line. And that was really the whole of the council kind of working towards the objective of actually getting the social impact bond developed. So it couldn't really be seen as a kind of isolated sort of project. It had to really have the commitment of the whole council to actually drive it forward, and had to have sign up from the elected members, from the finance people, from the procurement and commissioning people, and from the sort of service side as well. And so those were the sort of three main kind of lessons really.